And if you were one of the ones that didn't think my intro could be better, that's because you were just too busy simply ripping me off. That's right, in Okanagan, Canada, at Radio Kepler anointed himself as my SGN co-anchor without consulting a lawyer. And he did a frustratingly good job.
Weird pattern, John. How all of your ideas are really derivative, and yet you get a lot of praise and money for being completely mediocre in your creative endeavors. You know, like aggregating other people's videos from the internet without any real context or deep reflection of the situation or causes of the situation, and calling himself a good news show during a very vulnerable time in the country. And as we pointed out in our previous episode about this, you used surface-level stories of little kids and puppies and people applauding healthcare workers without actually addressing important issues, without making any waves, pretending that as long as we keep sharing security videos of kids helping grandmas cross the street, everything's good. Hug it out. Have a candy. That's John's mission, to be as inoffensive as humanly possible and ultimately do very little while protecting from criticism oppressive systems and people before making a butt ton of money and then vanishing. Since the police riots started, the tear gas, the brutality, the fires, John has made only one tweet. Can you guess what it was? I'll give you a clue. It's a video. He tweeted a video montage. Can you guess, without looking, what the video montage is? Like, I'm not doing a bit here. This is something we discussed beforehand and guessed before looking, and we want you to see if you can guess too. Have you written down your guess? Because here it is.
Being hard to this prey. My people don't want no trouble. We've had enough struggle.
Oh yeah! Do it to me, montage of cops-hugging protesters! Way to use your platform, John. Oh wait, breaking news. I just learned he also blocked out his Instagram. Thanks, good news guy. You're the voice of a generation. It's just really funny that the good news guy who wanted to cheer people up during hard times completely f***ed off when things got worse. So, alright, I guess since this keeps happening, I'm gonna have to once again show this wiener John how to actually do a video of the positive news. Because while this is kind of the opposite of a good year, like the way opposite of that thing, there is still a way to show positivity that is both emotionally fulfilling and constructive. There's a non-grifter way to spread hope. For example, if you wanted to actually show positive videos coming out of these protests, you could do this. That's a crowd cheering for the Brooklyn bus driver who refused to drive arrested protesters to jail, who was later praised by the MTA's largest union for doing so, because the cops. And it is genuinely heartwarming to see city workers show solidarity with the protesters. It is genuinely invigorating to see subway drivers honk their horns and raise their fists while trains pass these demonstrations, a thing that also happened. But it's not just the big cities. And in fact, one of the more amazing aspects of the Black Lives Matter movement is how many stories we're getting from often lone people holding protests in their own small towns. Many of these towns are in very red areas of the country, and while that's anecdotal, there's data that's backing it up as Black Lives Matter support has grown in just the last few weeks as much as it did the last few years before that. Now, you may not like Mitt Romney, and I certainly don't. But it is significant to see him marching at these protests. Now, some of that significance possibly has to do with institutions and figures adopting the language and cause of an activist movement in order to pacify it, but maybe that's something for later on in another video. But for now, it's good, I guess, right? It's significant. It's more than significant to see the demonstrations happening all over the world. Here's one in Germany, one in Australia, in South Korea, in Scotland, in Spain, London, Brazil, Sweden, Kenya, Japan, Italy, Poland. It's almost every continent, maybe all of them. I don't know what these penguins are doing. Do you? Can you proclaim to understand the ways of the majestic flappy tuxedo birdfish? I don't think so. Wow, Wow, what a clip that was from the show. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe to this channel as well as our other channel where the full episodes are. It's called Some More News. This is called Some More News Clips, which you know because you just watched it. Anyway,